This is Deckard 6. Nature hates us, so let's stay inside and play video games. It took a bit longer than I was initially planning, and we got lucky. We had the coding contest come up, which allowed us to do a little extra training. Also, we're set on research points for the moment, so we are going to spend some of our research, hardware lab, our R&D lab, wow, our R&D lab on hardware so we can get the hardware lab. There. We also are a little late for G3 because it just took me so long, which is unfortunate. I was hoping to get a G3 on this thing, and now we're going to be moderately out of sync. But that's okay. We are going to now make our... are we going to do the Dark Fantasies on the list? There was something else we were going to do. Ah, yes. Baking. That's a throwback, I know. A little far back on our list. I was initially planning on doing it for a Nintendo console, but right now I'm going to try it on the Gurmak because we do have to use that. So I'm going to do and it's actually got a really good market share at the moment. Wow. I'm guessing the 360 will take over it at some point, but for the moment the Gurmak is not a bad idea. So we're going to do a young baking sim on the Gurmak called Baking Daddy, as a reference to Cooking Mama and Nintendo's franchise. That's not spelling right. There we go. And we're going to use graphics version 5. Set our team to work. We should be able to start a hardware lab soon. We're going to need at least $100,000 in operating costs when that gets going, though. So we're going to need to make some games before that becomes an option. Let's see, simulation needs engine, gameplay, story and quest low. We're already pretty well lined up for that. Brenda on engine, Bill on gameplay, Ricky handling what little story and quest there are. Yep, that looks good. So the reason nature hates us is my first venture into the wonderful world of nature this week with a walk to the grocery store resulted in me getting stung by a bee. And I maintain I did not provoke this bee in any shape, way, manner, or form. At least not intentionally. But the little fucker decided he was going to sting me anyway. Thus, I have decided to eschew nature for the rest of the week and instead play video games. Let's see. Artificial intelligence, level design, dialogue. Once again, looks like good setup. Did we just make a simulation game? No, we last made an action game, and they're almost identical on their lineup. That's what happened. And we are going to go for a small campaign. Wow, what happened to all of our money? Oh yeah, the R&D lab. That's what did it. I've been running that thing at $2 million basically non-stop. So every month there we've been going down $2 million in addition to our regular operating costs. Once we get hardware out, I might turn it down. We fit a very advanced stereoscopic 3D in there? If we get rid of the animated textures, we can. Man, we don't even have stereo sound. Yeah, there's a bunch of things on our list we're going to need to hit if we're going to do a console anyway. So, we have research we have to do. Are we going to even use the Xbox at all, or are we going to go right to the 360 Slim? Early next year. I don't think we're going to be quite waiting for that. Though if our experience with the PlayStation 2 Slim is any indication, it will come out immediately after we put out our new game. But I want to get I want to get this game out and then have the next one ready for G3. That will be our Dark Fantasy. Alright, it's been a while since I played this style, so I'm not exactly sure how well these numbers actually look, because we have to compare them to our previous numbers, as the game always compares you against your previous score. I will let a little post-dev go through just to make sure. Well, the game tells me they're new records, which means that they're probably good. Oh, I've been playing original, so I completely forgot that we could have bought Black Bulls for our team to keep them at maximum efficiency rather than just having to wait for them at the end here and then send them on vacation. Gosh darn it. The expansion gave me new things to work with, and I'm just not using them. So let's see how Baking Daddy ends up doing. 7, 8. What else we got? Another 8. And a 7. 7.5. Not ideal. But it should at least make operating costs. Let's see. We're going to have you guys do some research too, because we're going to need... I wonder how many of these get used in a console. It could really jack up the cost if we use too many of them, though. We will at the very least need some sound, because we haven't been using that much. There's our sound. We want both of these. So let's research both the sounds, stereo and surround, and we can then choose them as needed. Where is it? Oh god, this list is so huge. Alright, get sound out of there. Stereo and sound. Stereo and surround, good. Baking Daddies sold 250,000 units. And now we can open a hardware lab. We're going to open it. We're not going to do anything with it yet, but I want to get the costs out of the way. R&D lab. You are actually going to start internet opportunities. This will boost our market share on the PC and on our own console when it comes out. Alright. As much as I'd like to do some more research right now, we need to do some training if we're going to get this game out for... Did I do biathlon? I clicked biathlon instead of baking. Whoopsie daisy. Well, I suppose the sales are a little low because of the confusing title. In my defense, I'm pretty sure they're right next to each other on the list and they both start with B. Let me take a look at this real quick. Yep, they are right next to each other on the list and they both start with B. That's entirely my fault, but it's understandable. And the 360 Slim's out. We never ever used the 360 original. Okay, so training. We have plenty of research points, so we can afford to put some big ones here. Let's see. Game design course for you. Oh no, I should actually have you doing technology. Blast. Well, I'll actually counter that by having you do some programming. Because both of you can get some more points. You are sort of our lead technicians anyway. Let's see. You're still our primary for graphics, which actually is balanced, so you want some game design. Let's see. You're our primary for world design, so you actually want some game design. You actually need some design in order to be able to pick up any specialties when that comes. And I think you need some programming to pick up any specialties when that comes. And buddy, you're fairly open to what you want, so let's just throw another programming course at you and we'll boost it. Alright, spends through our points, spends through our cash, but I should be able to get around with just a single round of training since I spent so much on the high-level trainings for this. Send these two on vacation, start the game. It'll have 2 months of progress before G3, which should give us plenty of hype. And we will make our dark fantasy for the Mbox 360. Strong audience young. Totally not relevant to what we're doing with a dark fantasy on the 360. Pure RPG on the 360 Slim's way down there. Well, I suppose it's probably a growth thing. It hasn't sold as much yet. By the time our game is actually out, I'm thinking it's going to be pretty darn big. So let's pick it up and work on that assumption for now. And it'll be using our FEI engine. It'll be a large game, and it will be called Grimdark. Because in the Grimdark past, there is only war. Once the R&D lab finishes up with internet opportunities, which it will shortly, Baking Daddy's off the market, having made only 12 million in sales. Alright, time to rearrange everything because we're now doing an RPG. So engine's way down, starting quests is way up, gameplay's still pretty high up there. So engine, we have to drop some things. Mod support, save to cloud, multiplayer. Now we can drop regular save game and put quick save and save to cloud. Not sure how that works, but that'll work. And we got Ricky on story and quests? No, we want Billy on story and quests, and now Ricky on gameplay. Yes. Yes, yes. Switch those two around. And let's see some numbers. All right, we can't just do internet opportunities. We need to then follow it up with codename grid. So we'll start codename grid. Also, we can adjust our price point. Oh wow, our price point's way down. Let's bring that sucker up, because I'm also fairly confident in this game. So let's bring our price point up to 20 credits. We've got a media inquiry, and let's hype this game. We're going all out on the Grimdark. Large booth at E3, go. I'm hoping that training we did was sufficient. Now I'm worried now that I'm hyping all this. Anyway, artificial intelligence way down, dialogue's way up. We'll just have the better AI and crank it up just enough to get that included. Man, we don't have anything really on dialogues. Alright, something to adjust next time. We'll do just a small campaign on marketing, and we're going to have G3 in a second to boost that. The PlayStation 3 is coming out soon. We're going to probably want multi-platform when that starts coming out. And our R&D lab is just draining our cash reserves rapidly. Because running that thing for a full year is 24 million. And we are in 5th place. Man, I wish I was that high in my optimal play series. Let's see. We're going to rearrange these. World design, super important. Sound is not that important. Graphics, we're going to drop sound a little bit more to get some of those. No, we can't get everything in here, can we? Blast. Okay, we can get most things in here. We can still have graphics version 5. We can have mono sound and soundtrack. We can get those world design things in. Marcus really can't handle that. Can Phyllis? No. We don't have anyone for world design right now. Wait, if we move possibly Brenda? Yes. And we put Buddy on sound? Yeah, that works just barely. Got a few people at 100, but that's okay. It's not over 100, and that's what matters. We'll throw some boosts in here at the tail end just to get as many points into this one as we had, because we have so much money riding on this particular game. Our price point's way up, our hype is way up, we gambled on it being a huge success, and if it turns out, we'll be selling a F-ton of copies on that higher price point. And we're, down to just under $10 million from nearly $100 million. I think it's time for us to actually make some money again. 'Cause keep in mind, we did spend nearly $50 million of that or $75 million on the R&D lab. New record in design. I can't expect a new tech record. I would like to see one just to be sure, but this should be good enough. Lots of new researches. Do a quick round of contract work just to keep people busy while we wait for our reviews. Game reviews. I'm seeing some 10s roll by. Let's see if I actually settle on the 10s. Yes! This is excellent. 10, 10, 10, and a 9. Alright. Just to once again go down the list. We hyped the game, so if we got a score of at least 8 or higher, we will sell more. We also nearly doubled our price point from 14 to 20, so this will be selling at a much higher price than our previous game. This could potentially bring a great deal of money in. Buddy, start generating that game report. Alright, sold. Oh, brought in 15 million in the first week. That's a good start. Next, we need to do some research. What do we want to do? Well, we had nothing for dialogues, like nothing at all. So let's pick up dialogue tree. What else do we need? We need to pick up multi-platform. That's paramount. What else do we need? I want some of the stuff that I think is going to show up in console design, but I'm not sure what does. This is like all these new features are. Well, we definitely know online play is going to show up in the console, so let's grab that for engines as well. And we'll take a look at topics. All right, we're at 1.5 million units sold, and at $33 million in cash. We're ranked #1 game. Let's see, what are our new available topics? Nothing that's actually new for the mod, so let's just clear some of these out. Surgery, zombies, and samurai. Here we go, that's a new one. And here comes the PlayStation 3. Excellent. Overall positive effect on sales because of our hype. Excellent. We're almost back up to that $75 million from one game. And keep in mind, this wasn't a sequel, so it's not going to screw up any of our comparisons for our scores. Excellent. Let's make that new engine so we have plenty of time for new G3. We are going to include the online play, we're going to include the character progression, the dialogue trees, the stereo sound, everything. And this is going to be our multi-engine. This is the one we're going to go onto the multi-platform with. Starting to get for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Oh! We lost 64,000 to a stolen credit card. Oh well. We only have 81 million. Which might be enough to develop a console? Well, once Codename Grid gets finished running, I'll take a look. I think we're going to wait one more game before we do the... That way we don't run bankrupt while we're developing our next game. Alright, new engine is complete. Send you guys on vacation. Then we have some training to do. Billy, our buddy. Let's see, we can... You have the specs for your specialization, but we don't have the research points yet, since we've been spending our R&D lab on actual R&D rather than just generating points. 5 million units sold at our higher price point on... Yep, boost our market share and our own console, yep. We'll also generate a flat income. I keep forgetting about the flat income on Codename Grid. It's not that much. It's only, I think, about $250,000 every week. But that will cut down on overall costs. You still need more technology if you're going to be able to get a specialist. You need at least the 180. How about you? You need more design if you're going to pick up the specialist. You're still doing pretty good. You could pick up more game design. Actually, you're going to pick up the boost. No, pick up the boost. You will pick up boost as well. You actually don't need the boost. You're just going to do some more programming courses. How about you? And you'll just do a game design course while boosting that. Excellent. R&D lab, let's drop that from 2 million to 1 million for the time being. And we will take a look and see how much it costs to make our own console. Hello, what's this? Develop computer. I saw this on the feature list. I'm not sure what it's going to do. So let's take a look at some of the graphics we have here. Some of these are completely ridiculous. Holy crap. I love this one. It looks so freaking emo. Alright, the Dragon computer. Let's see what we can throw in there. Oh. Let's see. We can choose it which engine it's going to run on, what operating system it's going to run on. And that affects costs. What processor. I'm not sure what the motherboard. I'm sure if someone's a hyper nerd, they will recognize all these. GPU. I've had better luck with Radeon than GeForce. I'm just going to say it flat out. RAM. All the RAM. I don't think we're actually going to build this like solid state drive. I have no idea what any of these power supplies or anything what it do. Let's go Aztec keyboard. Wow, I'm once again I'm just selecting the top tier for everything just to see how much it ends up being. Yeah. Alright. So, keep in mind, this is 72 million right now with our quality assurance budget at 0. And actually turning up our quality assurance budget doesn't raise the cost that much. That's only 91 million. Still, we're not making that right now. We'll look into that in the future. Instead, we're going to make the Nerd Box quality assurance budget all the way up. Let's see. Graphics version 5, stereoscopic 3D, online play, save to cloud, achievements, soundtrack, and surround sound is $84 million, and I accidentally clicked accept. Guess what, guys? We're making a console! So R&D Lab, you're going to shut off to cover the costs on this, and we're going to start making a game. We are going to do it for mature, samurai, action on the... Oh, the 360 Slim is still kind of down there. Alright, we're going to put it on the PlaySystem 3 and the regular, and I guess the 360 Slim. Using our multi-engine. It's going to be a large game. So we're going to be down to almost $5 million when we start this. And this is going to be 7 samurai. Why is it called samurais? I'm pretty sure samurai is just plural on its own. Whatever. 7 Samurai is one of my favorite Japanese movies. Right. Story and quest gets way down, engine goes way up. Throw in all the engine features. All of them. And can we fit every gameplay feature? Not quite. We can turn off tutorials and fit every engine feature in. Not quite either. It's never going to be too high for engine. So we'll cut out better user experience in tutorials. This is hardcore gaming. You either do it or you don't. We're going to do simple cutscenes and linear story. We're also going to switch Ricky and Billy around again. And Brenda is on engine. Excellent. Off we go. And this will be out for G3. Numbers are looking pretty good so far. Alright, a whole bunch of mobile consoles that we don't give two rats' asses about will start coming out. Large booth. Yes, I know we're almost bankrupt, but we are at least getting our Project Grid income, which will cover, our monthly costs, our base costs. So we're mostly going to be paying for the actual development of the game, which I think we can afford. Dialogue is super not important. So that dialogue tree we got, totally not going to be relevant. AI difficulty, better AI, level design. Yep. That looks good. You guys are going to get some black bulls to keep you charged up for the remainder of this development cycle. Game convention. Let's see, are we going to be number one this year? I think we should be. We should be. Yep, with over 1 million attendees, we are number one. Yep, here comes the Nigerian scammers. Yeah, no, we're so tight on cash, we're not going to take your scam. Not that we would anyway. And we're going to boost everyone, because once again, we're really kind of running on this game. Artificial intelligence is boosting plenty of points. That's looking great. Alright, world design, totally not, well, mostly not important. Graphics is super important. Sound is pretty important. So we can go stereo sound and soundtrack. Can we fit surround sound? We can fit surround sound. We can maybe fit, yeah. And we can't fit animated textures in, no. We can do soundtrack, surround sound. We can get graphics and advanced stereoscopic 3D, and we need to rearrange where people are positioned. So Ricky is on world design and sound. No, it can't be on both. Phyllis is on. Yeah, so Marcus will be on sound. Ricky will be on. No, Marcus will be on world design. Ricky will be on sound, and Phyllis will be on graphics. There. That looks like a good lineup. New top? Oh, yes! Market responds particularly well to new topics at the moment. And we just happen to be doing a new topic. This should work out quite well for us. Our price point's still set high, right? Yep, still set at 20. Yep, Nigerian scammers. So we haven't actually started work on our console, the Nerd Box, because we have no money to actually run it after designing it. As soon as we start this income from our Seven Samurai game, we'll totally get on that. You guys can go on vacation now. The main game development's done. This is just post-dev work. So Seven Samurai is widely accredited for starting the Western genre, even though it isn't a Western movie. Like starting the seven gunmen go in, clean up the town from bandits, all that stuff. Only it originated in Japan, which is kind of a neat sort of cultural crossover. I'll wait for the last post-dev points to come out. Alright. New record in tech, which is what I'd expect, but nothing in design. A couple more level ups. At least there's no more research after this one, good God. Do a real quick contract work while we wait for the reviews to come out. And here they come. I'm seeing some 10s flip by. And there's another 10. And another 10. And yet a third 10. Come on, 4 10s. Oh, all games. You constantly cock block me. I was hoping with the new topics bonus we'd actually get there. Alright, so we're 1 million cash. And there we go. 22 million in cash, selling over 1 million in the first week. Bam, we're developing the Nerd Box right away now. We can also do some new research, I believe. Now first, buddy, you start generating our game report on Seven Samurai. Research, look at our new topics. Maze. That's a new topic. What else do we got for topics? Vikings! Oh my god, yes! We're doing Vikings next. So hardcore. Oh, I guess we'll be doing it next time, looking at my time. We're gonna. We just did an engine, didn't we? I think we did. Yes, because we picked up all the sound things. So we're not going to actually make the engine now. But I think picking up some of the research so we can make it and then get the next game out for G3. Let's see. What are we still lacking? We can't get everything in graphics. We're doing another action game. Well, we're not going to have it for this action game. Unless we do Vikings after we make the new engine. Yeah, that might be worth doing. Do Vikings after we do the engine. We'll do a maze, whatever, and then make the new engine and then do Vikings. And also might be able to have Vikings come out on the Nerd Box. So we'll pick up AI companions. We'll pick up basic physics. And we'll pick up swift loading on the level design. And I think we'll just do one more research of topics. Alternate history is a classic, but someone will just pick up horror to fill out the list. Alright, we're quickly rushing toward $1 million. I'm also going to get the, or $100 million. I'm also going to get the R&D lab running again. So we're making serious money, but now that we've turned our labs back on, we're also spending it. However, when the Nerd Box is done, that should give us our own console to compete with the other guys. Samurai and action is a great combination. Dialogue is not important. Platform match for the 360 Slim is great. Okay. I'm going to do some off-screen training just to save us a little time, and then we'll come back with a maze and a Viking game during the development of the Nerd Box next time. This is Deckard6. Thanks for watching.